You are listening to Single Smart Female, Romantic Fairy Godmama Edition. This show is brought to you by Irresistibility, help for women with online dating. Are you experiencing inbox crickets or real-life crazies? It's not you, it's your online profile. Let us help you do online dating that leads to real-life love and romance. Go to helpmeonlinedate.com and we will send you the first 2 video chapters of our program for free.
Welcome, Single Smart Female. I'm your host, Jen Burton, romantic fairy godmama to smart, successful single women around the world. And today, I've got a surprise for you. Normally, I do Romantic Fairy Godmama Edition on my own, but my Romantic Fairy Godmama apprentice, Steph, has decided to join me today, and I'm very, very excited about that. Hi, Steph.
Hi, Jen.
So today's topic, which we will dive right into, is how to reinvent your love life.
Ooh, what a juicy topic.
Yes, a very, very juicy topic. In fact, it's something that I did at one point in my life back in 2006, which made a world of difference. And I imagine that maybe you didn't do a complete reinvention stuff, but maybe did some really big tweaks that
Definitely had some big tweaks.
Exactly, that have produced some miraculous results and some pretty cool results.
Miracles. Miracle.
We'll go with the miracles. Okay. So back to our topic, how to reinvent your love life. We're going to start with number 1, and that is everything starts with the way that you date. Now, personally, back in the day, I was a shit dater. Steph?
I was a shit dater.
I was a shit dater. No, I didn't date shit.
I'm not judging it.
Well, I did date some shit, but no, there were a lot of great guys that were involved, but I was really crappy at dating. Not about dating, but at dating. I pretty much sucked at it. What about you?
You know, honestly, I've always been pretty good at the initial portion of dating, right? Like, I'm good at getting dates, and that wasn't the problem so much as my picker was a little off. And
she had a broken picker.
Yeah. Nobody wants that.
No.
Yeah, my picker was a little off.
A painful picker.
That sounds like a problem for the doctor.
Well.
But yes, I my choices in romantic partners were a bit questionable. They were also good men, but they weren't where I needed them to be, I guess.
I hear you. I had good men, like I said, as well, but I was really good at, if you've all seen the movie How to Drive a Guy Away, and I know I'm totally butchering the name, but Drive Away in Under 10 Days. I was really good at that.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
There we go. How to Lose a
Kate
Guy.
Hudson.
How to drive him away. How to make him go bye-bye. I think it is Kate Hudson.
And that beautiful man.
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's beautiful, and sometimes I think he looks dirty. I've seen commercials with him recently, and I'm like, he just looks like a dirty guy.
He's a dirty boy.
Magic is like, no, he's like a cool guy. Like, of course, all the men think he's a cool guy, but I just think he looks dirty.
He's a dirty cool guy.
I guess sometimes dirty could be good, but he's just like greasy dirty.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not too big into greasy dirty either. Yes, too much. I had an ex that did way too much hair gel. That was,
oof. Nah. Was it hard? Like when you touched his head, it was hard.
It was hard, and then on the pillow, it was.
Ew.
Wait,
was it flaky on the pillow, or was it no?
No, it was greasy on the pillow. Which flaky or greasy is still ew. Okay,
yeah,
but
I'm just not sure if we're talking about gel or if we're talking about oil, like hair.
One flakes and one.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's technical shit. It doesn't really matter. It's gross. Either way, it's gross.
Okay.
We'll
agree on the gross and move on. But everything starts with the way you date. What happened to me in 2006 is that I, Jen Burton, decided to do dating in a completely different manner. So there's talk out there about having a cycle or a rotation, things like that. I embraced that concept and made it my own. and started dating men from what I wanted in love and romance versus what they want or what I thought that they would want in love and relationships. And everything switched for me. I mean, it was a complete 180 on how I was treated. And men went from not calling me back to instantaneously requesting dates, requesting ways to take me out and have a great time. And even some of them were like, can we be exclusive? And this was all very foreign territory for me.
So wait, so basically what you're saying is that before you would kind of contort yourself into what you thought men wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And now, or, back then, as of now, you instead just went for what you wanted.
Yes.
And was very clear about what you wanted. And then the men were flocking.
Yes. The caveat to that, and what some women, they're already doing that, and that's great. And I really want women to focus on that instead of trying to figure out men all the time, because men aren't that difficult. But the caveat to that is that you have to be willing to be playful with it. If you're being a hard ass bitch about it, it's not the same thing. It's not seductive. Well, I take that back. To some men, it will be seductive, but it's not necessarily the type of men that you are really going to be attracted to long term, unless you're a specific kind of woman. But most of the women come to me, that's not going to work long term. So it is really about first focusing on what you want, changing your approach with men. It's not about changing who you are and trying to mold yourself into what the idea of what you think a man wants. It's about reflecting on what you want and using your dating experience as a really beautiful gateway into a long-term relationship, if it is that you actually desire a long-term relationship. But it's all boils down to research and learning about yourself and enjoying the romantic possibilities, plus not fixating on that one guy that makes you feel things below the belt that you've never felt before, and becoming exclusive with him when he has not become exclusive to you.
That's key.
That's very
key.
And that also means not focusing all of your attention on him when he hasn't asked you for an exclusive romantic relationship. Reminder, ladies, this is extraordinarily important. Just because the two of you say that you're not sleeping with anyone else doesn't mean you're in an exclusive romantic relationship. It is not the same thing at all. It's a BS thing that guys will say, and in their head, they're like, okay, yeah, I'm not sleeping with anybody else right now. And you start fixating on him. But meanwhile, he's still keeping his options open because he's not in a romantic relationship with you. Now, with that said, here at Single Smart Female, if you don't know by now, we teach something called Mantourage dating, which is a more nuanced and elaborate version of cycle or rotation dating that really honors you as a woman. And Mantourage dating at its basic essence is dating more than one man at a time until you meet your forever man, or if you so choose, indefinitely. And if you would like to get more information and some frequently asked questions about Mantourage dating to really understand the process more and to see if it's the right fit for you, which, hint, hint, if you want a magical love life, it absolutely is the best way to date and open up all of your romantic options that lead to love, then go to mantouragedating.com, and I have a free mini lesson in PDF form, kind of a cheat sheet to some extent, that you can get for free if you go to mantouragedating.com. Mantourage is spelled MANTORAGE, dating.com. You just pop in your email information. We'll send that right over to you, and you can start exploring the world of Mantourage dating.
Which is very, very fun, by the way.
Extraordinarily fun. But just so you know, if you're not a woman who's really ready to enjoy your love life, then Mantourage dating is definitely not for you. Okay? Now, number 2 of how to reinvent your love life. Number 2 is I want you to stop expecting a man to come and rescue you. Now, before you go there, in your head, I know what you're thinking. Molly, you're thinking, I don't need a fucking man. I'm not expecting any man to come rescue me. But I'm not talking about just financially. For some women, yes, it is financially. For other women, they're waiting. They've got their walls up so high around them, and they're so disenchanted and jaded by men that they're waiting for that one guy that's going to come and pole vault over their walls and whisk them away into love, never giving her any responsibility for any of the process and any of the creative input on how love goes. You're leaving it to a guy to ignite your love life, truly ignite your love life, instead of taking it into your own hands, using a method such as mantourage dating and opening up a world of romantic possibilities. Steph, I know I used to at times expect a man to just figure it out for me when it came to romance, and that because I put so much emphasis on men and thinking that if I understood men, that then romance would be wonderful. I really neglected to see what role and responsibility I had in creating my own love life and reinventing it and making it into something that meant something, that felt amazing. And back in 2006, when I started my mantourage dating experiences and reinvented my love life, I decided that, like we mentioned for the first piece of this, that it was no longer about men. It was really about creating what I want and seeing if men were willing to join me on the adventure.
Oh, exactly. Actually, speaking of that, I was just thinking about that. Like, you know, when there are all these things that you want to do, but you don't do them because you don't have a boyfriend to do it with. And you're like, man, I wish I was in a relationship so I could go travel to Mexico or go on a ski trip or whatever. Like, it would be so wonderful to do that with my boyfriend. So then you just don't do any of it. That's a really easy thing to fall into. But instead, if you start making the time to do those things that you're interested in, that you're curious about, hey, you might just meet a man there.
You're very right. Okay, let me speak to that a little bit, because there are two different scenarios that women really do that with. The first one is when I lose weight, I'll go do those kind of things for myself.
Oh, yeah.
When I look good in this, I'll do that. And then the other one is when I have a boyfriend. And both of those are crap scenarios that just put your life on hold. And then you get to the end of your life and you have neglected all of the amazing ventures that you can have. And it's so sad because I've done it. I did it quite a bit. And one of the best things I ever did before I even started my mantourage dating experiences, before I even learned what the hell I was doing in love, I went down, I moved to Mexico for several years and went down there and had amazing adventures. I had a spectacular time. Again, I didn't know what the heck I was doing with men, but at least I wasn't neglecting what I wanted to do
for yourself.
My personal whims, my adventures. I wasn't neglecting those pieces of me that were screaming, Jen, you need something that's way bigger. And it indirectly led me to the conversation you and I are having right now, because I learned so much about myself, and I actually learned quite a bit about men. The necessary pieces that I needed to know, not the book after book or ebook after ebook or crap dating advice after crap piece of a dating advice where you're trying to figure out, oh, guys only respond to this and guys only do this and men only do that. And it's just suffocating as a smart and intellectual, intelligent woman, professional woman. It really makes you play smaller romantically, because it's all about the guys. And what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, they don't want you to make it all about them. Men, in fact, it's really fucking scary to them that we study them so much. I mean, there might be a little bit of flattery, but most of it is just pure fear. One of the most important things I did realize when we were talking about exclusivity earlier is, do not, under any circumstances, give a man your undivided romantic attention when he has not reciprocated that.
Or asked for it.
That's it. And if you've done it before in your life, don't beat yourself up for it. We've all fucking done it. Man, I was the queen of obsession, which is one of the reasons I created the program, The Lovesick Cure, to help women with that. I was the absolute queen of that. But that's the biggest piece. A man cannot handle your undivided romantic attention when he does not feel the same about you yet. You will not give him the space to feel that way about you. So don't do it. That's something important you do need to know about men. All the other miscellaneous shit that men like this type of woman or that type of woman, men like it when women's faces are congruent, if they have perfect symmetry, if they have an hourglass figure, that's all fucking bullshit, okay? Men like so many different things that there is no way, and I don't give a shit what scientist classifies what. There's no way to break it all down. Women, by trying to study all this, disqualify themselves again and again, and they don't need to, because you are perfect and seductive the way you are. The only thing that needs to change in this whole scenario is the way you approach dating. And never, ever expect a man again to come in and rescue you, because you can rescue yourself. You can have, create this amazing life for yourself. And then you can invite the right man to go on the journey with you. Okay, which brings me to number 3. Número 3.
Oh, yes. She learned a lot of Spanish in Mexico as well.
I learned a bit, just a bit. Sometimes my Spanish is really good and sometimes my accent is really off. And
I'm always curious about accents. Do you have to put an accent on? I guess you do, because otherwise the word doesn't sound right.
Well,
right?
Yeah, it's like pronouncing... It's understandable sometimes. Well, it depends. It depends on what the accent is. Sometimes it's very hard to understand a word if you don't have the right accent with it.
Yeah.
Or you have to do something relatively close. But some, I can imagine, I can't think of it off top of my head, but some native speakers are not going to understand you with a Southern accent trying to say certain words in certain languages.
I actually work with somebody whose native language is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Native language?
Yes.
Yeah. And I asked a question about the cilantro, and he was like, the what? I said,
cilantro.
The cilantro. And he's like, cilantro. I was like, that's what I said. Cilantro.
Oh, cilantro is so good.
I like it too, in moderation.
Hit me with the cilantro. I could just suck on cilantro all day. All day, son.
Wow.
Yeah, that's me and cilantro.
Some sexy cilantro.
Yeah. Well, I was in Mexico for several years. What do you expect? It's me and the cilantro.
Cilantro.
Okay, so number 3 of how to invent your love life besides sucking on cilantro. Surround yourself with women who actually like men.
Oh, this is so key.
This is huge. One of the reasons I created the program, The Courage Kit, was because there is a huge lack of community of women who actually like men. Now, there are some that worship men, which, okay, it's a whole different scenario, and I'm not, I don't agree. That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
But liking men is really important.
See, we as women can get very quickly and easily caught up into the man bashing situation, which is, I think, what you're talking about, right? Where all men are pigs. Men suck. Men cheat. Men don't actually care about anything but sex.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Steph. It's something women feel very comfortable doing with other women. And in fact, sometimes I really hate telling women that I don't know what I do for a living, because almost instantaneously, it's about what they don't like about men. So one of the last conversations I had, the woman told me, you know what the key to having a man is? And I'm like, oh God, here we go. She goes, it's the key to having a man is to find one that you can tolerate.
Wow.
And all I could think was, ugh. I just wanted to, it was so gross. I wanted to vomit several times. Who the fuck wants a relationship with somebody that you can tolerate? I want somebody that I like having sex with. I want somebody I like petting me.
Somebody who will laugh with you.
Yes.
Have adventures with you.
Who will hold you when you're crying and doing the big ugly cry in front of them. Like,
who will watch long ass marathons of television
with you.
And eat popcorn.
Who will high five you on a date or tickle your feet? Yeah, high five you on a date or tickle your feet. Somebody, there's just so much goodness in having a man in your life, why? I understand we've had some bad experiences, but why would you resign yourself to finding somebody that you can tolerate? I'd rather have nobody at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I have to resign to having, and I know I don't, but if that was the choice, I'd be like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm
do
good.
it by myself. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia. So with that said, I get really sad about how much I understand on some levels, but I also see women are really dedicated to hating on men. They're really dedicated about nitpicking everything going on. And most of the time when they come to me and I help them break apart things, most of them are misinterpreting a shit ton of what men are doing and saying. Mm-hmm. They don't really speak or know how to man-interpret things, which is something that, you know, Steph and I have learned to do and have helped other women learn to do. And we provide, especially in the Courage Kit, a place where women can come together and stop man bashing, stop fixating on the shit so that they can create the good stuff. Because when you fixate on shit, what do you get?
More shit.
More shit. Lots more shit. Not even just a little more shit. It's like a ton fucking more shit. It's exponential.
Yeah.
You focus on that shit and you're going to find more shit after more shit. And let's be honest, ladies, the only reason you're focusing on the shit is because you're protecting yourself and you're scared of the real potential. You're scared of being vulnerable as a smart professional woman. You've been taught on some level that your feelings are bad, your emotions are bad, and that they're not going to serve you. So if you expose yourself in any way, especially romantically, then you're going to have a nervous breakdown and some really bad shit's going to happen. Well, honestly, yes, bad shit can happen. Bad shit can happen in any scenario, but I can guarantee you more bad shit's going to happen when you're focused on the shit. And the truth is yes, guys have their things, the things that aren't great and things that they definitely 100% need to work on. But
so do we.
Not only do we need to as well, but the other piece of it is guys are amazing at the same time. And especially if you realize that we are their weak spot and understand how to tweak your encounters with them and how to make them more fun and playful and enjoyable, but still honor yourself and have good boundaries around it, the fucking possibilities are endless, ladies. Men are amazing. They're incredible. So they might have that icky exterior sometimes and the defense mechanisms that go up, but they also have that soft, chewy center where you're their weakness and they'll do just about anything for the woman that they can't stop thinking about and that they fall in love with. So learning how to focus on yourself, enjoying your own life, and then inviting him in and allowing him to step up as a man in your life, not by, you know, all the things that they're telling you how men need to be and what men need in order to have a good relationship, but really focusing on yourself and giving him a place in your life, a place where he can feel like a man, but you never lose any of your authenticity, your genuine self, is going to drive him crazy in a good way, where he doesn't stop thinking about you, where he's always looking for reasons to put a smile on your face and to make you happier. By the way, Steph, it occurred to me the other day, and I don't know why, it just finally hit me. I've been really irritated with how women get upset about men saying smile. They're interpreting it as a derogatory thing, and it finally occurred to me why. The reason is because I know on the other side of that, men thrive on making a woman smile. It really lights them up and motivates them. And so I think a lot of men are saying smile, or they used to, because a woman's smile is so intoxicating.
Right. It's there at the risk of being attacked.
Yes, we're opening up a bee's hive right now.
Yeah. Like, maybe consider that their intention is not to
demean you.
Yeah, or oppress you, or
maybe they're looking for something in you that makes them want to be better men, and embracing that in a playful way. I'm not asking you to step down from who you are, but maybe if you decide to interpret differently, it's going to make a world of difference in not only your everyday life, so you don't have to feel so heavy about the relationship between men and women. And then you're going to also start to see the potential of how men want to step up and be there for you. Okay, Lover Girl, let's wrap up today's show of how to reinvent your love life. Steph and I covered 3 things that really truly need to happen if you are ready to scratch everything that's been happening and make a 180 in your love life that leads to something amazing. Number 1, everything starts with the way that you date. If you need help with that, I want you to go to mantouragedating.com. Again, that's mantouragedating.com. Dating is not a necessary evil. It is something that you can make into a magical experience that leads to love and leads to having everything you want romantically. Number 2, stop expecting a man to come in and rescue you. Men love to make women happy, but he needs to know that there's a possibility of making you happy. And if you are miserable, don't expect him to come in and want to fix it all. You start with yourself, you get yourself to another level, and then let him join you and let him take you to the next level versus, having to be responsible for it all, which is not his forte anyways. And then number 3, surround yourself with women who actually like men. Okay? That's incredibly important. I can't tell you how important. You can join us for the Courage Kit if that's something that you need in your life, but I want you to change the conversation with other women when they start in on how horrible this guy is, or this guy. Change the subject. Or if they keep coming back and say, hey, look, I'm trying something different in my love life. I don't want to focus on everything men do wrong. I want to focus on the good stuff, and I'm convinced it's going to lead to much better stuff. Thank you again, Lover Girl, for joining us today, and we will talk to you in the next show.
Thank you, Lover Girl, for joining me today on Single Smart Female. Be sure to subscribe to our show, and I'm looking forward to the next time. Here's to you having everything you want romantically.
This show is brought to you by Irresistibility, help for women with online dating. Are you experiencing inbox crickets or real-life crazies? It's not you, it's your online profile. Let us help you do online dating that leads to real-life love and romance. Go to helpmeonlinedate.com and we will send you the first 2 video chapters of our program for free.